Hey folks, today I'm going to do a review on a rifle. If you remember last week, I believe it was, I don't remember when I published it, I think it was last week I did a review on a Palmetto State 10.5-inch pistol for my wife. And I was impressed with that gun. It seemed the build quality is good. It wasn't their top end gun. I think I paid $600 for that gun. Which for $600, it appears to be a well-made gun. Only time will tell. So I wanted to upgrade my AR, and I didn't want to go with a pistol. I wanted to go with a carbine, but I didn't want it to be a 16-inch barrel. So I bought Palmetto State Armory upper. It was just the upper. Had nothing else. It was, well, let me say this, clarify this. It was the complete upper minus the bolt carrier group, sights, red dot, and light. So it was the upper, the barrel, and the handguards. Initially, upon looking at it, it looked really good. The build quality looks good on it. The Picatinny rails on the top of the Midwest Industry rail lines up perfectly with the Picatinny mounts on the upper itself. They're not offset or canted or anything. It is a Midwest Industry M-lock rail, and it is an FN cold hammer forged barrel. So this is one of their higher end uppers. I bought a set of Troy sights, backup sights to put on it. I mounted my old trusty Eotech 512 on it. I've had this thing for, I'm gonna guess, 14 years. Could be a little longer, could be a little less, but it's right around 14 years. I've had this thing for a while. It could have been longer than that, I don't know. I also put my Olight oden on there. I'm kind of impressed with that little Olight oden. Took it out and played with it at night. And man, it is, not only is it bright, it really throws that hot spot out there. And it's got a decent secondary pattern where it lights up to the side, but that hot spot is really hot, 2,000 lumens. But it mounted up on the top of the pick rail. I've got it just to the side of my front sight. That's where I run all of them. So I took my old Colt. I had a Colt 6940, not the 6920, the 6940, which if any of y'all don't know, it's the one that has the quad rails that are, they call it a monolithic upper. So the quad rails and the upper are all one piece. So you can't take the quad rails off, put a different rail system on it. It is what it is. So I wanted to move into the modern era a little bit and shave some weight off. So I bought this upper to mount on my Colt lower. I'm using my Colt stock factory charging handle. I'm not a big fan of the extended charging handles. Don't really like them all that much. So I'm using my Colt factory charging handle. I'm using my Colt bolt. Colt bolts are good bolts. And I'm gonna mount it up straight to my lower, and we'll see how it fits. Fits perfect, doesn't it? So it's just like the factory Colt. It's got a little movement when you twist the upper. When you hold the lower and twist the upper, you got a little bit of movement. That doesn't bother me. This isn't a target gun or long range gun. This is a fighting gun for me. This is a home defense gun. This is a gun that I'm gonna be protecting myself with. So 1.5 inch MOA at 100 yards, heck, even 2 inches at 100 yards, I'm fine with on this one. I haven't been able to stretch it out to 100 yards yet, but I will someday, and I'll let you know what it does. But today I took it out and ran it. As with any of the M-lock style rails, it does heat up more than the quad rails, but it wasn't that bad. It was nothing like my wife's pistol did. That little pistol, good gracious, that thing heated up quick, and it was hot. This one didn't do that. It heated up, but it didn't heat up as fast, and it didn't get as hot. I could still shoot it. There's not a lot I can tell you about this upper other than what I already have. Like I said, it's the Midwest Industries M-LOK rail. It is a Troy. It's their HK front sight. It is a Troy rear sight. It is their diamond rear sight. I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not. I'm gonna run it for a while to see if I like it. And it has my old trusted Eotech on it. I'll be replacing this Eotech with a Hollow Sun 503R, I think it is, here in a little bit, the one that's on my wife's rifle. But until that gets freed up, I'm running this Eotech on it, which I like the Eotech. I've always liked the Eotech. I took it, sighted it in today. Wasn't really trying to get super accurate groups. I just wanted to get it in the general area, and I did. I got my last groups were in about a quarter size at 25 yards. I did sight this one in at 25 yards. I normally sight all my rifles in at 50 yards. I did sight this one in at 25 yards, and I have a reason for that. This is a home defense gun. This is not a gun that I'm gonna take out and carry on the streets or do anything like that with it. I'm not going to battle with it. It's a home defense gun. If you think about your home, a long shot in a house would be 15 yards. 15 yards. So that's a long shot in a house. So I went ahead and sighted this one in at 25 yards instead of 50, and I'll see if I like it. I might go ahead and sight it in at 50 later on because my holdover will be a little different, and I probably will want to keep my holdover the same on all my rifles. But this one was sighted in at 25 yards. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a close-up look at it. It's a pretty nice setup. You see my Olight on there. You can see my old beat up Eotech on there. That thing's been through the ringer. That thing was used a lot. Got my stock on there. I like this stock. I can't remember the name of it. Heck, I've had it on there for several years now, and you can tell it's well used. And you can tell that Eotech is well used. I really put that Eotech through the ringer. I haven't been gentle with it either. But those are the M-LOK rails for the Midwest Industries. That is the Troy rear diamond sight. I do like the small aperture on it. The small aperture is really nice. This is the Troy front sight with the HK style front sight, and that is my Olight. It is a 14.5 inch with a pinned and welded birdcage flash hider on there. So that's about the upper, and now I'm gonna roll in some footage of me shooting it. It shot really well. I was able to transition with it quick, and I'm gonna tell you, I might be jumping on board with these Palmettos. I don't know. We'll just, I'm gonna run them for a while, see how they go. But if this upper turns out to be good, which I have no reason to believe it won't, it's an FN barrel. If these uppers turn out to be good, then I might wind up buying a few more and building me some lowers and having some extra guns around the house. But anyway, I appreciate y'all watching, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down, and leave a comment. Any of y'all have any of these 14.5 inch uppers from Palmetto State? If you do, comment on there. How they've been holding up. These Midwest Industry rails. Tell me how you like these rails. I know there's a lot of people out there that like the Midwest Industry rails. Tell me what you like about them. Tell me what you don't like about them. And you know, something I'm curious about is this rear sight. Tell me, have any of y'all run the Troy Industry rear sight with the diamond aperture? If you have, tell me what you thought about it. I'm still on the fence. I don't know. I was using my red dot for most of the day today. These are just backup sights. But if you've got one and you like it, tell me why you like it. If you've got one and you don't like it, tell me why you don't like it. And but again, thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one.
Headshots.